Good morning, traders. So let's have a look at the Aussie. And yesterday, pretty much all our levels to the downside were hit after a massive rally. So pretty much lots of confusion still in the markets, and we're not really getting any traction. So the two levels that I've got in here, this is really the high of this range bar. So we had this range bar here, so there's the high of the range bar. And then also the swing low, which seems to be an area where there's a lot of interaction with it. So those are the two levels on the weekly that I think I want to pay attention to. Other than that, on the weekly, there's nothing that's standing out right now. The daily, there's a few little concerning elements. The first one is we got our pullback back to this trend line. So we kind of finished here. But this daily candle, you can see it's typical of a rejection bar. So we've got a long tail to the upside and quite a big body to the downside. So the question is, we're more than likely on the 20 moving average as well. So it'll be the midline of this Bollinger Band. But we're on the red line of the alligator, which is normally where you can see prices been finding support. So it's once, twice, three times. So this is the fourth time we're hitting the red line on the alligator. So the question is, are we going to get another move up? But concerning part is that the alligator is starting to point to the downside. So that doesn't look very positive at all. I think I want to drill down quickly to the lower time frame, because it seems that's the only way that you're going to make money on this market right now is trading the lower time frames. So you can see how we got going, and I mean we really got going. We gapped up, we opened there, and we had a typical 450 pip rally, and then immediately turned around and fell off. And the level that we fell off on was this pin bar. Okay, you can see how important these tails are. Whenever you see a tail, especially long tails, there's a high probability the price is going to move off it, and you can see how quickly it moves off that level. So where we're sitting at the moment is alligators pointing to the downside. So in other words, we have a hungry alligator, which is indicating more downside to come. The line on the sand right now is the bottom of this channel. So I haven't drawn the top line of the channel in, but let's just do that so we know what we're talking about. Okay, so that's kind of where the channel is at this stage. Let's get back to the 4 hour. Okay, and we are bottom of the Bollinger at the moment, and you can see on the trip up, every time we hit bottom of Bollinger, we had a move to the upside. So I think this is something to watch. We're going to have to watch these levels at the bottom here, and what I would do is obviously add those two levels in there. And the next one is going to be this tail here, which is kind of where this weekly level is. I don't see anything else that we have here. Okay, let's just get down to the hour. So as you remember yesterday, we had, let's just put it in a different color. So we had this Brooks gap here, and this is what I was actually looking for a good entry long. Brooks gap close on the 200 and on the trend line. So that is a pretty good area, and you can see how the buyer stepped in here yesterday. And I think this is still the area to watch today. You know, if we fall below the 200 on the hour here, then we're going to continue, and we'll continue tagging these levels as we go down. But if we hold this level here, then you can expect a move back to the upside here. So, and to me, I think the move would come probably towards this gap close, which is 890 pips. Anything higher, you're looking at a 1,000-point move to the top of this channel. And I think the last thing to just take cognizance of here on the 1 hour is we have a channel within a channel, okay? So what we're looking for is to see is there any signals here that are going to indicate that we're moving back to the upside. So you can see here we have diversions, price moving to the downside, and the MACD is gradually moving to the upside from there to there. You can see how it's pointing to the upside, while price on this green line is pointing to the downside. So there is indication here that this is coming to an end. And what I'm going to do is just pop down to the 15 quickly. Okay, there's nothing really on the 15. So you can see on the awesome oscillator, there's nothing really here. And we're still trending to the downside. So this is the area to watch. And let's get back to the hour. So what I'm looking for is, I am looking for a long somewhere in this area, but we're going to have to wait and see what price does. So if you're watching the 15 and you start seeing some bullish patterns form or some bullish momentum form, then trade this back to the upside. So the concern that I have is that we've got tail to the top, tail to the top, tail to the bottom, tail to the bottom. So there's a lot of confusion here. And you can see, when was this? Thursday was a similar pattern with lots of confusion, lots of barbed wire. And we have the same thing brewing here. So at this stage we are 247. So I think we are just slightly above where we closed. Yeah, so we're basically 20 points above where we closed. So really nothing to take into account, because IG will fluctuate by 100 to 150 points before the open. So that's kind of pretty normal. So I think, yeah, the big thing for me is to watch what happens here. If we start getting some bullish moves, and these tails are encouraging, there's more tails to the downside, which is on a level. So these are encouraging for a long. And I suppose your risk here, if we can get something in this area here, yeah, your risk is around 150 points. So that's kind of the play that I'm going to go for. If we do break below this trend line, then the play will still be long from wherever we find support, but then it's long to see if it's just a retest of here or if we break back in. Okay, so you can see with this channel that's formed here, we could continue moving like this, or we could break. So in saying that, your targets here are very much top of channel. So from the bottom of the channel to the top of the channel. Okay, that's kind of what your target is. And if this breaks, then you'll probably find that the measured move for this will be the top of the channel. There's a measured move up there, which is the top of the channel. So yeah, that's my move for the day. Looking for longs, looking in this area, and targets are going to be top of channel there. If that channel breaks, then the measured move, which, let's just get that back on. Pretty cool. So, and then all we need to do here is just put a line there, and you'll see there's the first target, which is this tail to the downside, and the next target is going to be there, which will be right slap bang in the middle of the measured move. And we do have a daily gap here, so every level's been tagged except this area here. So the gap and this tail here hasn't been tagged. So if we do start getting along, there's your first target. your second target is going to be pretty much where in this area here. Okay, and then a break above that, there's your third target there. Okay, I hope that helps, guys, and I'll catch you guys later.